Okay, had to try a new program here. I'm trying to correct that problem we had with the old one where I ran out of number of views I could get. So I'm going to try and quickly run through this and just hit the high points. I don't think I have a time limit, so again, trial and error. I think this is something you guys should try more often is trial and error. I have two tabs open. I have my canvas open. That has a lot of good instruction on there. It has my picture that I'm going to need. So let's go ahead and click open this picture. I'm going to right click on it. Maybe. There it is. Open image in new tab. It'll make me download something, and then I'm going to open that. And I have a picture of my first three pages for the science fair. So my cover page, my variables page, materials, procedure page. I'm going to go ahead and run through that one more time kind of quickly. I'm just going to stick this over here in the corner so you can still see it. And then I'll have to make my window here a little bit smaller so that we can still have some space to work. Right there seems about the end of what you can see. Okay, so I'm going to kind of set my windows up like this. You might want to set your windows up similar so that you can go through this. Now I'm in my Google Docs account. I still have people saving this in other students' accounts. Maybe you're with a friend right now working on this. You each have to save this under your own account. Okay, maybe you got onto mom's account or dad's account. You need to get out of theirs and log into your school account because this is where we get to stuff at school. I'm going to go ahead and open up my science fair report, and for instructional purposes I'm just going to go ahead and create a new one and walk you through the process. I'm going to use this as a template so that I tell you the same way again. So this is what we have, and we're going to try and make this. So I'm going to pull this to the side, and at this point you should know that you can pull those tabs out and set them aside. I'm going to pull this aside here. It says I need a title. So I'm kind of going off this and off this. So I'm going to create a new document. I'm going to title this Science Fair Report. Click OK. I'm going to go ahead and set up my page numbers at the bottom of my page. Done with that. I'm going to go ahead and get into my header. I'm going to type in my title, which should be the effect of whatever your independent variable is on whatever your dependent variable is. Try to word that so that it makes some kind of sense. You may have to add some smaller adjectives or pronouns. I'm going to hit return, and I'm going to tab all the way over here, and I'm going to go ahead and put my name, my first name and my last name, and my period. Okay, and I want this as far over as I can. That's too far. That looks like a good spot. Okay, that header will appear on every single page, and so let's go ahead and finish my cover page. And to save some time, I'm just going to copy and paste this. Okay, couple things about this. You're going to highlight this after you type in the effect of independent variable and dependent variable by your name, your period. There's some tabs up here. This is left. Okay, we want to make sure we're center. You don't want it bold. Okay, and we want this in the middle of the page vertically. So right now it's centered horizontally. I'm going to hit the return key a bunch of times and center it horizontally. So if I kind of scroll back and forth, that looks about, maybe not quite, about the middle of the page. I'll put my cursor after my words here. I'm going to keep tapping and go down to the next page. Make sure I'm at the top. Go back to my template over here. Well, I think I already have one done, so let me pull that one up. Third period I think was most done. Pull that one out. Go back to my science fair report that I'm working on. Now this first part here is going to be for your variables. So if you're looking at your picture on the board here, it should be question hypothesis, independent, dependent variables, and control variables. And you can see I've already typed that up. Okay, so I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste this in. Now I'm going a little bit faster than you are. You can feel free to stop this video, do some work, and then replay the video. But you should have the question. We want this bold, underlined, and we want a space in between each one. Okay, and so if I highlight this, up at the top I can bold or underline. Okay, so if yours looks like this, you can go ahead and highlight that, bold it, underline it. Notice that my words here, my actual question, my hypothesis aren't bolded. Okay. In order to do your bullets, let me show you how to do that. So I'm going to come up here to where the bullets are. I'm going to turn these bullets off. When you type in your variables, okay, this is a list, and your list should be bulleted. I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to come up here where it says bulleted list, and I'm going to hit bullets, and it'll put them into bullets right away. Okay, this is the second page. I'll put my cursor at the end here. I'm going to hit return a bunch of times. Make sure I'm at the top of the next page. And now I have to put in the procedure. Okay, so the procedure is going to be found on Science Buddies. So let's go ahead and open up a new tab. I'm going to type in Science Buddies. And I'm going to search for my experiment. I found a cool one the other day, acids on rocks. Now you see it, now you don't. This really sounds like a good experiment the more I read about it. You have the background, the materials, the procedure. These materials here are all listed, and I really want you to type these. I don't want you to copy and paste them because I think you need to understand exactly what you're purchasing. Okay, so you're going to type these, and so here's my materials. Let's get a title. Materials, colon. I'm going to do bold. Oh, sorry. Highlight it, bold, underline, click off it, hit return, bold, underline, tab. Actually, let's not do a tab because this is going to be a bulleted list. So I'm going to list lime, stone, rocks. It says I need 16 of them. Okay, and then there's a little thing here. It says less than 50 grams each. Okay, and notice I did not type all of that. I definitely shortened it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and type scale accurate to 0.01. I guess it's 0.01. I don't want Mrs. Kenny to be mad at me. 0.1 grams. And I'm going to go ahead and finish typing the rest of that. And you highlight this and hit bold, or the bullets, and you get your bulleted list. Okay? And now once you have this bulleted list, every time you hit return, you're going to get some more bullets. Okay? And when you're off the bullets, you can hit return and hit return a couple times, and you'll put some space there. The next piece that you need on this second page is the procedure. And so I'm going to go to my procedure tab, and it gives a step-by-step experimental procedure here. Here's the tables. You don't need to copy the tables. You can copy the pictures if you would like. You don't have to. It's up to you. But the pictures here are really helpful, I think, in knowing exactly how much liquid you need and types of stones you need. And we want to stop right here at analyzing, because analyzing is a different part. All right. So your procedure itself is going to be this. And yeah, you probably could copy and paste this. I would rather you actually type them. Okay, so let's give ourselves a subheading, procedure, and a highlight, bold, underline, and hit return. hit bold, underline again so that my text is not bold and underlined. And then I'm going to give it a number with my numbering system over here. So you can go ahead and click on that and it will give that numbering right there. So in your lab notebook, I'm looking at the left here, make a data table like table 1. Okay, and there's some more stuff in there. And a second data table like data 2, you will record your results and observations of these tables. Okay. Then you're going to go to step 2 and arrange the 16 limestone rocks in 4 groups based on size, etc., etc. I'm going to go on to 3, rearrange, etc., etc. I'm going to go on to number 4, which is going to be now take 16 of the glass jars, ... And the reason I skipped these A's and B's is because Google Docs wants you to have all of your big numbers first, and then go after that. You can hit return and then tab, and you'll get that A. So in other words, each new ... B is okay. So this is kind of the format that you're going to want to do. All right. Now you don't want to do this where you go to A and try to say you can do this using sticky notes. Okay, and then try to get to number 5. It's a little bit clunkier. Notice that it's not lined up anymore. You're going to want to do all of your big numbers first, then do all of these. And if you have even another step in between, you can type this in here. Okay. So this is your materials and procedure page. This is going to be on page 3. Some of you have really long materials and procedure pages. It might be 4 or 5 pages total. That's fine. Okay. So this is setting up pages 1, 2, and 3. If you have questions on this, please come talk to me. But that's where I'm going to leave this video, and we'll upload it to Canvas. Hopefully this all works well. All right. Have a good time doing this.